Welcome and welcome back. It's another amazing day in paradise. My name is Mama Kai. That's Momma space Kai. I hope you will write my name as your preferred candidate for the next mayor of Raleigh. This is question 4 from the PowerUp Candidates Forum. And it says, youth in Raleigh face a variety of challenges, including mental health concerns and economic hardships. How do you view the city's role in supporting vulnerable youth, and what strategies would you propose to address these? Now, this is another one of those things that historically has been done in community. And the one thing that I think the city can do is through the Parks and Rec Department. The Parks and Rec Department, I think, has the greatest capacity to have the most influence. And this is under the city's power. The other organization that I would suggest has the same kind of power or similar type of power is the library. But that's under Wake County's jurisdiction. So I think with the challenges that are facing our youth, mental health concerns, and if you understand where mental health concerns come from, it is a byproduct of brain development, nervous system regulation, trauma, and nutrition. And so one of the things in relation to the Parks and Rec Department, a couple of things that the city can do in partnership utilizing the Parks and Rec Department is, one, create community gardens where we utilize our youth to take care of them, that we introduce them to nutritious foods, that we have more commercial kitchens where we can introduce different ways of eating nutritiously. The amount of junk that youth consume it just compromises their mental health. Your gut, in particularly your microbiome is what it's called, goes hand in hand with your brain function and your ability to regulate your emotions. And when you are consuming highly processed, sugary, salty, fatty foods, that's not contributing to your mental health. It's not contributing to any aspect of health. And so getting our youth involved in after school activities where they're gardening and they're getting in the earth and they're touching dirt and they're standing on grass in order to connect with nature and, eventually harvesting that food and things of that nature. Oh my gosh, we are going to have more healthy individuals, especially when they're outside, they're in the sun, they're getting some vitamin D because the sun is touching their skin for extended periods of time. That's one of the ways through a community garden. The other way is actually on the inside of the centers, is that we create maker spaces. And I'm inspired by the Durham Public Library because I've been to two of their branches. I've been to two of their branches where they have different things in their main library. They have, among other things, their main library is like phenomenal. They've got a theater in there. They've got a maker space where you can go in and they have 3D printers in there, like not just one or two, but like 5 or 6 3D printers in there. And they teach people how to use them. They have sensory rooms for if a child needs to have a space to go in and calm down. Then they have a room where a parent can take them so that where the lights are dimmed. And oh my goodness, yes, that's it all in their main. Excuse me. And then they have lots of private study rooms for adults and children. And then they just have little like cafe-like tables that you can sit at and then the regular tables. Like the Durham, I'm just going to say this. We just got the former director whatever her title is. Her first name is Tammy and her last name begins with a B. I should have looked it up before I did this, but we just got her as the director of our whole Wake County library system. So I hope she does some certain things, some of the similar things here, because they have got amazing programs there. Anyway, the other thing that I was talking about is a makerspace. And in their Southeast Regional Library, it's on Alston Street in Durham. When you go online to book a private study room, one of the rooms is called Express Yourself. And you can book that room for up to 2 hours a day. And in that room, they have a sewing machine, they have a Cricut machine, they have a hat press, a t-shirt press, they have a laminator, they have a video, like you can create a podcast. They have an audio recording, like a whole setup with the headphones and the microphone, and you can record a podcast. And they have something else over in this corner. I feel like you can take from VHS maybe. I think they can take from VHS to DVD or something like that. They have some other technology in there that is not coming to mind. But anyway, I just feel like we need these spaces for our youth. And if we can't have it in the library, or if we can't have it in our parks and rec, then these are the types of spaces that we need to create in community. We have so many empty buildings. And this is one of my ideas for a community, which I'm not going to go in depth here, but I'm just going to touch on, is that we get our youth together and we have them create the type of businesses that they want to see. And then we help them to launch them. Our youth are innovative. Our world is changing. The same types of jobs that have been historically are not going to be when they are ready to work. There isn't going to be this 30-year career, 50-year career in such and such a place doing such and such a thing. It's just not going to happen. It's not happening. It's no longer happening for adults, let alone for our up and coming generations. And so we need to shift our thinking in how our youth are being trained so that they can end up in careers that they love and will be in for longevity. And even though it's not with the same company, they can shift. And if it's not a company they want to work for, if they want to start their own, then that it can be set up with a franchise mindset so that they can work their business, but their business doesn't work them. Because there is a significant difference, that they will be able to set it up in a way that they can take a vacation and know that their business is going to survive. And so that they are employing other people, they are scaling enough to employ other people if that's the opportunity that they want to present. And so, again, I feel like majority of the things that can be done to help our youth can be done in community. But the way that the city can help is through community gardens, helping our youth be introduced to more nutritious foods, and also with maker spaces in our parks and rec through our community centers. Through our community centers, which are run by our Parks, Recs, and Cultural Resources Department. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you.